I'm replacing another guest currently?
Yes.
Unbelievable. You didn't have to share that with me because now I feel like a backup choice.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
Scoot doo, blabbity blue, scoop dee. Oh yeah!
Yeah,
I need to know who it was.
I don't want to say who it was only because out of respect, I don't want to spread a rumor that somebody was flaky when there's a situation that I
But
can't
you don't
explain.
mind making me feel like a
check your last
fiddle.
DM from me real quick. Check it on the air, would you?
I actually don't have my phone on me, and I delete Instagram periodically from my phone.
Gotcha. I messaged you last night. Trying to set a date for you for the following week.
Yeah. See, but I keep telling you not to contact me on Instagram because I delete it.
Right.
Yeah.
I will retain that now.
Okay. Well, doesn't matter because we're here.
But
so
from next time, for whatever it might
you'll
be.
contact me for other reasons, maybe.
Of course.
Oh, great.
So when there was a cancellation, I thought, because I would have loved to ask, could you do it today? I had somebody else.
Yeah.
Cancellation, I'm like, oh, maybe John could come over now.
It worked out.
You had an audition very close by?
Very nearby, and so now I'm here.
Okay.
I was going to say, though, about Martin Short.
Please.
That I just saw him at the Hollywood Bowl with Steve Martin, and he's my number one, Martin Short.
From that show or since before?
Since before. I just think he's the funniest human being. He's incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm blown away by the level. Like, he just gives everything to each performance.
Mm-hmm.
He's all up there. He's shaking it.
Jerry said to Martin Short on that episode, when Martin Short is on the episode, nobody's worried.
Right.
Because they know we're going to get a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, maybe because I just watched it.
Yeah.
I'm in the shower before you come over thinking, I'm not worried about this.
About me?
About you.
I love that.
Because I'm not in the mood to podcast. When it got canceled, I'm like, all right, I was scheduling some stuff with my aunt. Then I'm like, I should do one today.
Yeah.
I hurried up the shower. I unplugged the equipment. I had to plug it back in.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal. I'm just not in.
I
But I'm
understand.
like, listen, John's coming over.
This is great.
It's gonna be great.
That makes me feel good. It also puts a lot of pressure on me. But now that I know that the first guest was initially going to be your aunt, I guess I feel...
No, it wasn't going to be my aunt. I was when the guest canceled. I called my aunt. I'm going to come over.
Yeah,
I got the afternoon now. Yeah. I have to bring you some stuff my dad gave me to give to you.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do a podcast actually again. Maybe
I'll squeeze it in.
Here it is.
So, real quick, you want to hear my Martin Short kind of saga real quick? Or not really?
Nah.
Okay.
No, imagine.
No, go ahead. We can talk.
Of course I want to hear Martin Short.
Well, when I was 12 years old, my mom brought me to see Martin Short in Atlantic City perform. And I was a fan beforehand. I was doing Jiminy Glick impressions a lot. And he came out into the audience as Jiminy Glick and, was asking people questions. He comes up to me, a little kid, and I start doing Jiminy Glick, with him. And he brings me on stage with him. We do the Three Amigos dance.
Show me the Three Amigos dance.
It's it's here.
Right.
It's hard to do when you're sitting. But then, years later, I met him at SNL, and I told him that story, and we kept in touch a little bit, just email. And then, so when I saw he was in town, I went to see him. But
it's so weird that you're not Jewish with the way your hands move.
I'm very Jewish. I'm 100% Jewish.
Yes. I remember I found out you were Jewish like a year ago. I was surprised, and I forgot it again.
Yeah, no,
you're very Jewish. You just don't look Jewish.
But then I talk.
And you move.
And like herring is coming off of my lips.
Yes.
It's very, yeah. I become Bernie Sanders over the course of like 20 minutes.
So I want to, the podcast for YouTube, the video ones, they start off and make a little cold open. A little fun little bit.
Yeah, great.
So then, once there's a big laugh, cue the logo, the music kicks in.
Okay.
And then it's like people settle in. It's like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. We watch this. I'm in. So I'd like to...
A little teaser of sorts.
I'd like to say cold open.
Okay.
Cold open has...
I like to say teaser.
A teaser to me is, let me throw this out there, and if you like it, come on over and check it.
You're right. This is at the beginning
this is
a cold open.
This is like, don't turn it off, because look what we got for you.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
More of that.
Yeah, more of that when we return.
So, I would like to... I've never fabricated one. I don't want to fabricate one.
Yeah.
But we kind of sat in to it a little bit different. Normally I start at recording before we even start.
Right.
We started podcasting. So could I get you to like could we kind of come in? I'll have you knock. You don't have to be out. Yeah, I'll have you knock. I'll say, come on in.
Oh, yeah.
Great. And you, I'm going to stop. I'll cut this out if need be. Could I bring up the girlfriend?
Probably a bad idea for my relationship, but also I'm like, it's on my mind and I know it's an interesting conversation. I just sit into it.
Sure. We all have our insecurities and our problems.
Yeah.
This is a specific one to you, but it's
very specific.
Everyone
right?
has dark shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is my issue and I need to let it go.
And what exactly is your issue?
No, and this could be a bad idea. So, but you know, my girlfriend has an ex-boyfriend who died, and
I'm so sorry.
She has a tattoo of him on her thing, and I'm jealous of him, and I know that's wrong. I need to get over my own stuff, but you know.
Do you know why you're jealous? What you're jealous of?
Yeah, because it's like in my mind, I think in her mind, he's like Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born. He's like, you know, had like whiskey on his breath and, you know, these tattoos. And he's like, you know, he was 40. You know, he's this like rugged in a way I can't be. And, you know.
And you want to be that kind of rugged?
No, but I even if I wanted to be, I couldn't be. You know, I moisturize.
Well, there's nothing. Jealousy is hard to control.
Yeah, it's hard, and it's hard to kind of.
But to understand where it's coming from, inside of you, is an important thing to explore.
It probably comes from wanting to control certain things at times, and I don't want to be that way. You know?
If he wasn't rugged, would you feel jealous? If he looked more like you, would you feel jealous?
Oh, probably, right? For different reasons.
I don't know.
Yeah, because then I'm like, oh, it's just me, but like dead me, so like better.
They broke up, but they broke up while he was alive. Because
he's immortalized. And there are pieces of him that I'm like, he wasn't. I mean, I probably shouldn't say all this.
You know, I dated a girl.
Yeah.
Who had a tattoo, who was married once, and had her wedding date tattooed above her breast.
Yeah.
I didn't love it.
Right. But I want to be like, cool, yeah. I want to be like, yeah, like, great, good for you, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just not as cool as I would like to be, and that's embarrassing a bit. And especially when we argue then about it, then suddenly I feel, a little embarrassed because this is my problem. And I know it, and then I won't admit it, you know?
Listen, I don't want to press you too hard, but I feel like I don't understand enough of what's happening. How did this come up? How did you find out?
It's always been like she has a tattoo on her.
So she has a tattoo on her body.
The guy. He came up last night, and whenever he comes up, I'm like, oh, this fucking guy. And then I have all these opinions on him, you know, that are.
When did he pass?
Years ago.
Before you met?
They weren't together when he did, and he's, you know, he was like married with like kids. It wasn't like cheating on his wife or anything, but I don't think he had a good marriage, and it was, you know. And she was 23 at the time. I have a lot of opinions on that. And then, I was, you know, she was like, did you know anyone last night? She's like, do you know anyone who was punk rock? And then, I need to go into this. I'm like, punk rock? He's fucking, you know, he directed like commercials for Johnson & Johnson. You know, like, we don't need to. Anyway.
So now you're judging his art because you're jealous.
Because exactly.
Yeah, well.
And, you know. And this predates me, you know. I think it's a control thing, and that's why it's embarrassing because I'm like, oh, this is my problem.
Have you ever had jealousy issues before?
Not to this extent, no, not to this extent.
Is she jealous of you?
Only now because of me, and I think put that a little bit into the relationship, but I've also been very honest with her. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but my ego is like, you know, really fucking with me here because I get jealous suddenly of your past sometimes. And mainly this guy because he's like immortalized in this way.
So if you were alive, everything would be fine.
Well, I feel like if he was alive, it might be a phase, and maybe we would have forgotten about him like you forget anybody you date when you're 23.
Well, who's to say that she hasn't forgotten?
Because he's stamped on
But if he
her.
was alive, he'd still be stamped. She didn't do the tattoo after he died.
She did the tattoo after he died.
They break up. He dies.
And then she
She says, "You know what? I'm gonna put his name on my ankle."
It's not his name. It's just a symbol of some shit he said once.
Okay, so he's dead. Oh, out of respect to this man that I cared about, that's no longer in my life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stamp him on my ankle.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was a particularly healthy situation, by the way, and I don't know if I should speak to that, and I don't know if I feel comfortable with a lot of this going out there is the problem. But
right. So I want to ask more, but I want to be respectful.
I think where I'm conflicted here is I want to do a good interview with my buddy Rick.
Right.
And I think that having any good conversation usually needs to come from a place of
Yes.
where you're at
Yes.
and being truthful. But and now I'm thinking I probably should have just put on an act and did a shtick, because now I've said things that
Do you want to start over?
I don't know.
Why don't we start over?
I'm unclear. I'm unsure of it. I mean, I don't know if I've said anything.
See, you and I are looking at this differently. You're you're in it.
Yeah.
I have been in that once before. I was in a relationship.
Yeah.
I never had jealousy issues put on me, and I never felt them. You know, I don't want, you know, if I'm thinking about, you know, a girl I'm with getting, you know, fucked and sucked by some hot guy, I'm not thinking like, yeah, show me pics. But it's like, yeah, you know, you can get fucked and sucked by hot guys. It's what it is.
It's what it is.
Then I got into a relationship with somebody who was very jealous of me and didn't like things that I didn't understand. Like, am I being disrespectful because I posted a picture on Instagram with my shirt off? And what am I doing wrong here? I didn't understand it. I then started to become a bit jealous in a way that I didn't like about myself.
So
Yes, it's not her fault. It's not her fault that it happened. It's just must have been dormant inside me.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've done that, and I don't think I've been that guy in the past. I really haven't.
I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed about expressing my feelings to her because I knew logically she didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And then I was embarrassed afterwards that now even that we're broken up, I'm still. And
you're reflecting on it. You're like, oh, I don't like the way I behaved in that moment. So this is, you know, we're talking about an argument I had this morning.
So I empathize with that.
So, yeah.
But a year later, I mean, it's been more than that, but after, it's like, oh, and it's just part of my identity and understanding of how and why I feel a certain way, and I don't have any shame for it anymore. So I empathize with the feeling you're having, but also like, from my end, it's like, yeah, I mean, I love a good jealousy story. This is how we grow.
All right, great. Okay. I haven't said anything that I just wouldn't want her to be upset, you know.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine. I don't think I've said anything.
You know, that's the third time you said that in like 2 minutes. So now I realize you're kind of looking for validation of, have I said anything that I shouldn't have? I don't think, I don't know. I mean, I know you haven't.
Yeah.
But I also don't know your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting in my head. Now I'm all nervous because, like,
don't be.
You're one of the funniest guys in showbiz, and I'm over here asking. Shut up. And I'm over here asking you if I could ask you stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start over.
You think? You think we should?
Worst case scenario.
We could start from, you know, you could take little bits of it. You could take bits of it.
I know how to edit.
Yeah, you got it.
It's built in. The start over is built in. I'll be editing this out.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
With your permission, of course.
Yeah, whatever.
Let's start over.
You want to start over?
I'd like to start over.
Okay.
I'll have you come in.
You've never had this happen before.
Starting over? I've had to start over with one guest before, with Bobby Lee. We had to start over a whole bunch.
Really?
Yeah, but he came in real negative.
The energy is definitely coming from you.
Yeah?
He
came in just judging the building and the smell and the atmosphere, and it's just...
When I came in here, there's a smell here.
Really?
That you're used to that I've never smelled before in my life. Let's just start over.
Start over.
But I'm being real, though.
It's a bit combative. And then he's like, I'm sorry, you're right, let's start over. So we have, but for different reasons. This is a Jewish start over. That was an aggressive start over.
Okay. That makes me feel better, though.
Yeah.
Okay. We're starting over, and I may be okay with you using all of this.
Come in and be cartoonishly upbeat.
Okay.
Come in.
going well, you know? Everything's right with the world. Hello? You know? I'm like ready to dive right in here. I'm flowing, I'm feeling good. How you doing?
I'm in a good mood, man.
Good, yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm in a good. I'm excited that you came over.
I'm so happy to be here. Last minute. I was your first choice, I know that. Right? We want to make this happen for some time.
So your girlfriend's ex died, huh?
You are a fucking genius and a prick.
No, man, I'm just kidding. How was your audition? You just came from an audition.
I did.
How was it?
Fine. Homecoming season 2.
Nice. How do you normally feel after an audition?
It varies, but always like there'll always be something that like I'm like, fuck. Like on the way home, I'll be like, huh? I go, fuck. You know, I'll be like brushing my teeth like 2 years after an audition or something and be like, don't you fucking need to, that's how you said it? That's how you're gonna fucking say it? I do that.
I don't know if I've walked out of more than 2 auditions where I didn't think I got it. Almost every audition I walk out of and I say to myself, nailed it.
You do.
Got it.
Certain.
Positive.
And then when you don't, how do you feel? For whatever.
I must have not looked right.
Right. I wasn't the right look. And
Yeah.
that very well might be true. That's exactly how you should think and feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the right thing right there. I don't think you're doing anything wrong.
The difference is you book so many things.
Doesn't feel that way right now.
Oh, why? Because of the girlfriend thing?
No, Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
I thought we were doing the thing where I come in, I'm not thinking about it.
Do it again. I'm sorry.
No. We're doing it. We're in it. We're in it. You know, it's just, it ebbs and flows. It ebbs and flows. This is kind of bugging me. Yeah.
What if I just came over and needed to kiss you on the lips before we started?
I think about that though, like all the time. Like, you know, in moments, there'll be moments where you're like, you know, especially with like a buddy or something. I'm like, it would be, what if I just kissed him right now? because anything's possible. And you could yell something. And I mean, you're somebody who does that, who likes to see what he can do with a moment. You know, and I'm like,
well, come take advantage of a moment.
Yeah.
Maybe make your girlfriend jealous.
Yeah. Should I get on over there? I will.
Come give me a kiss.
You want me to give you a kiss right now?
Give me a kiss.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay. If you feel it, you come on over.
Because you're expecting it now.
You're somebody that only likes to do stuff if people don't know it's happening.
I just think about what would happen if I did it, but I don't do it. You don't kiss someone without, you know, them being okay.
When did you lose your virginity?
Yeah.
How old were you?
16.
How old was she?
16.
Did you come?
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah?
Right? Yeah.
With a condom?
Yes.
Yeah? You put the condom on? Was it her first time?
It was, no. It was not her first time. She had sex with her ex-boyfriend. And
Is he alive?
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry.
No, it's very good.
But do you know if he's still around?
Well, now I know you're going to have to put that first part in because otherwise none of this is going to track.
It doesn't matter.
Just watch the Dax episode or whatever.
Yeah, they'll watch something else. Man, I've had Jews on here, but this is the more Jewish podcast so far.
This is the most Jewish.
Yeah.
I've said so little. I had sex in my brother's bed when I lost my virginity, and I believe I tried on one of his Magnum condoms, and it just fell right off my dick.
Is he a big boy?
He's a big guy, and I'm not. That, you know, I'm fine, but I'm not big. Not like that.
What are you big like?
I'm not big like any. I'm like standard, you know.
What's that? 6 inches?
I think 6.5 is when I measured in 8th grade, and I haven't measured since because.
Do you measure from the
I
bottom?
I haven't had to. It hasn't changed at all.
Where do you measure from? Because there are ways to measure it, make it look bigger.
From the side, from like, you know, right here.
Do you push it down to the pelvic bone?
Yeah, I must have. Yeah.
That's that extra half. A pelvic bone gives you 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch.
So I'm 6. Then.
6 to 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you working with?
7 3/4 to 8 1/4.
You for real?
Yeah.
You got a huge dick?
You know what I have? I have the right size dick. It's not a dick where people are like, what am I going to do with this? But it is also like a surprise when
I don't know. If I saw that dick, I'd be like, what am I going to do with this?
well,
That's fair, but I guess I wouldn't know what to do with it.
sure. What would you, if I showed you and it was 5, you would maybe say the same thing.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a big. No, that's big.
Yeah.
You've been told you're big.
Everyone's been told they're big, though. I know. I have friends that aren't big that say, "Oh, your dick's so big."
Yeah.
I think girls think they're supposed to say.
I've just been, I've been told, like, because I've talked about it not being that big, and then they're like, well, what are you talking about? It's fine.
Right.
You know,
it's like
great.
under promise and over deliver type of situation.
Sure, but it's never like, whoa, I don't think I'm going to be able to handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had somebody say to me, I don't think I could handle this, though. I would laugh so hard.
Okay, all right. Well, that makes me feel comforted because in my mind, if I had 7 3/4, 8 and whatever, and change, I would imagine that.
Well, they come with their own issues. There's, for example, soft. I'm just like any guy on the street.
Right.
So I sometimes get nervous in a situation where if a girl is going to see or feel my penis before I'm erect, which will happen because before I'm erect, I'm a wreck. And I get very nervous.
Oh.
So I need the situation to be right before I'm getting hard and interested.
Gotcha.
So if we're making out and I get nervous kissing a girl if I'm not hard and she's going to feel insulted.
You just a kissing.
Making out. If like we
You want to be hard immediately.
If I had the option,
Yeah.
I would always be hard.
Yeah. Well, that's me. I'm always hard. I
Really?
like the thought of, yeah.
Do you masturbate a lot?
Well, yeah, I always did, but now I'm in this relationship, I'm masturbating less.
Yeah. When I'm in a relationship, I'm masturbating less, which I'm hard more.
So
We'll be
that's
right
why-
back
Yeah.
with Jon Rudnitsky.
You're not even saying my name right.
Rudnitsky.
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 Oh, God. Let's start over. I'm fucking devastated.
Rudnitsky. I've never said your name right then. I can't even say it now.
Go ahead.
Jon Rudnitsky. I have to put that.
Nicksky? There's no, simply no.
I always thought it was Jon Rudnitsky.
Rudnitsky, yeah. Rudnitsky. It's not flowing off the tongue. It's
Jon
not-
Rudnitsky.
Yeah. It wasn't the best name for stage and screen, but I kept it.
How is this
I
going?
stuck with it. This interview?
Yeah.
I feel like I've let everyone down. Yeah, I mean,
I have my own stuff going on right now, man. I think you're great. I think everything you're doing, and I think you're aware of that. I think you know that there's something here, even though it's not what you thought you wanted to give.
no, I will be driving home and I'll be going, what the fuck was this day? What did I do? I started it with an argument with my girlfriend, and then I did a fine audition, and then I went to a podcast and I botched it, and I said everything I was already worried about, but solidified it because now it's on fucking camera, and just like her dumb tattoo, it lives forever.
Oh, you're so funny, man. You really, I've told you this many times.
Yeah.
You got the thing, man.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You have always said that, and it means a lot because you kill me.
Thank
You kill me. I love watching your
In
stuff.
15 seconds or less, tell me in the camera how great and what I have to offer as a
when
comedian.
you watch Rick Glassman, I mean this though. When I watch you, nobody's like you. When you're on stage, I don't particularly enjoy
To the camera.
sticking around for sets. I like doing my set and kind of getting out of there. But if you're there, I love to watch.
You're going to watch?
I love to watch.
What are you doing?
I like the people who are on board, and I like watching the people who don't get it a lot.
You're sitting there and you're looking around at the audience and you're going
Yeah,
like,
it's one thing where I'm like, I'm really like to take in the experience, and I like to see what you're going to do. And I like that you've been trying to figure it out, too.
amen, sister.
Well, me too, but
You figured it out.
I like
You figured it out.
No, I'm still figuring it out.
You're figuring more out. But you got to the point where it's like, oh, I'm good at this thing.
Yes. Yeah.
You figured it out.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I figured out the thing that I'm good at.
Yeah.
But it's like, what? I'm good at being physical. That's like that's a sliver, you know. And then
Yes.
you got to start digging. You got to start figuring out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, is that, you know? Well, then I'm supposed to do silly stuff. And then I'm like, well, what should I be talking about myself? Should I be?
Yeah, I live in that space too.
Yeah, but then I'm like, but then I watch Sandler's special, and I'm like, silly's great.
Silly's
like,
great.
You're great at silly, and I feel like I'm great at silly.
You're great at silly.
and I think like that. Good. We need a little silly.
Gotta have some silly.
But then I'm like, am I copping out? Maybe I could really be tapping into something. And then I'm like, I don't know what I have to offer in that way.
The idea that being silly cannibalizes sincerity is self-fulfilling. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but go on with that point.
But if you allow yourself to be, like you said, honest, and if your honest place of play is silly, then not only is that still deeper than surface, it also will allow you to, when you have these moments of jealousies or shame, to build bit into that, whether it's the bit is I went from silly and now I abruptly stopped, or you'll find a way of being silly within it.
Yeah.
But if you could be honest and live in that moment, then I just think the best that we could be is being honest, right?
And and that the idea that this idea of silly and honest are at odds isn't necessarily true.
I've talked about this on other podcasts before, which the idea that a lot of people and a lot of the disconnection I have from people, not necessarily on stage, just in my personal life, is, especially when people don't know me that well, is they never know if I'm being serious or joking.
This. Yeah.
And
I wasn't sure for a time.
Yeah. It wasn't until recently that I started to realize that other people weren't sure. I always thought everyone was playing with me, and they just didn't know how to navigate it. But it's my responsibility to recognize when other people maybe aren't in the mood.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want to teach the world that jokes and sincerity are not mutually exclusive. And you coming in and talking about your jealousy issues while we're trying to find a bit, that's how we learn to survive and communicate.
Yeah.
And without the jokes, you might not have been able to even be honest with me or feel safe that here's where I am.
Right.
You need both.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I think that's true.
We'll be right back with Jon Rudnitsky. That bit's not worth cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No. I like that. It was good. But I think, you're right. And I think that we spend so much time talking about our feelings as comedians that in a way we're kind of, we're dealing with our truth all the time, right? We make a joke of it, but it allows us, the jokes allow us to kind of say exactly what it is that we're dealing with and thinking with. If we're comfortable with the comedian or the person that we're talking
think
with.
that it happens before that. I think that's the result of the psychology. I think what actually happens is because of we become funny for different reasons. A lot of times it's trauma, it's for attention or to avoid attention, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
The tools that we use, it's now the language that how we think, right? Literally, it's a language. And
speaking in bits, thinking in bits.
Yeah. So when something happens, when something happens that could be embarrassing, but you have the eye to see the funny in it.
Yeah.
Silly example. I've used this example before, that the difference between being laughed at and being laughed with is the person's perspective. If you trip and fall and you're embarrassed, I'm now uncomfortable for you. If you trip and fall and you're laughing, we could join in this moment.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm talking way too much right now.
No. Please keep going.
So with self-acceptance of what the situation is, which is way easier to have if it's funny, then it's not about ego. It's about what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that because when something happens, when I had a girl over and I was a little gassy.
Sure.
And I went to the bathroom twice just to fart.
Yeah.
Okay, the third time I have to fart, I'm thinking to myself, I'm just going to keep going to the bathroom. So I said to her, I have a question. I'm curious about your boundaries and feelings about farting, because I have gas. And I could keep going to the bathroom and you could think that I'm doing coke.
Yeah, right.
Or, do you mind?
Yeah, right.
I felt safe and confident in that.
Yeah.
Because, this is so funny. I mean, this is what's happening.
That's great.
And because I felt safe and confident.
And how did that go? Probably great.
It was great.
Yeah.
She laughs. I was able to fart. If it was going to be a bad one, I'll go in the bathroom, but I'm not now getting nervous of needing to come up with a new excuse to go into the bathroom.
How great is that? Yeah.
So I think what allowed me to communicate that to her in that way was the confidence and acceptance that I had of this is the situation I'm in.
This is where I'm at.
Right. The reason I was in that situation is because I was able to see how funny it was.
Yeah.
So by seeing the funny allowed me to be confident, allowed me to communicate, and allowed me to not make her think I do cocaine. So I think it comes from seeing the funny, right?
Yeah.
So if you see it that way, that's literally the language in our brain.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to do a bit about it. My girlfriend, a few girlfriends ago fucked 30 guys, and that made me feel fucking bad. And I felt I hadn't fucked enough girls.
Right.
I always wanted to have a 3-way. I had 2 opportunities, and I ran away from both of them. She's cool because she lived her life, and I'm a fucking dork because I'm too scared to fuck chicks.
Right.
That's the bullshit, immature mentality I had.
God, boy, do I understand that.
Once I realized that's what it was, and it wasn't about her and what she did, it was about me and what I didn't do and how I felt about myself.
It's my ego. Yeah. So then how do you deal with that? How do you wrestle
So
with
it was
that?
a process.
Yeah.
It was a process of, well, maybe if I have sex with more girls. So then I tried to fuck around, and now that's where I learned that I can't have sex with a girl that I'm not interested in enough because I can't get
It's
hard
just not
unless
you. Yeah, you can't even get hard, period.
No. Listen, I don't have an erection problem. Well, I don't know. Maybe
No,
I have
you
a
don't.
problem.
You don't. You're fine.
Thank you.
Well, you're thinking about it. Well, there's a lot that, I mean, the erection
Yes.
is a very mental thing.
It was going back to this idea of like before I'm even supposed to be hard. The moment that like we start to kiss, I'm not enjoying the kiss. I'm thinking if she feels I'm soft, I'm fucked.
Oh yeah, well then of course you're gonna have an issue getting hard.
Done.
It's done, of course.
That's why I try and wait until I'm comfortable enough. So you know what I've said to a girl before? I've said to her, listen, I might be soft when we first start kissing.
Yeah.
I'm interested in you.
Yeah.
Got it out of the way.
Wow. And I might fart. I
know. I'm making myself so unattractive. Listen, if I could give you any advice, it's if you have to fart in front of a girl, just do it. Make sure that you can't get hard when you're doing it, and have her take her shoes off and make sure she doesn't put the purse on the table because it's a floor bag. Oh, I'm leaning too much into this.
No, it's
shtick,
great.
I think.
No, you're not. This is great. This is great.
You're being nice.
I'm being truthful. I think can I tell you what this is doing for me? It's alleviating my stress and my own anxieties because of course I understand.
Yeah.
Of course I've been in a place where I've been insecure about a girl's past. You know that. I've said that. Mm-hmm. I wrestle with the idea of whether my silliness is me kind of not dealing or if it's my way of dealing. And so
same? They're the same thing.
Right.
It's a defense that either helps or gets in the way of something. And I'm sure you've been in situations where you did a bit and it was like, not now. But you need to survive. Yeah. The reason I thought of you and Martin Short while I was in the shower is 100% because of your silly.
I love that.
I am so...
You were thinking of us you thought of us both.
I don't mean to put you down. I'm not putting you down. I don't think when I say... I'm not saying you're Martin Short.
Of course not.
But the way Seinfeld... And I'm not Seinfeld. So Seinfeld had his show and said, I'm not nervous to have Martin Short. On many levels down, if I were Seinfeld,
right.
You're a guy where it's
I understand. You're not worried about me.
I'm not worried about you.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Because of your physicality and your silly and your goofiness. And you speak my language. I just think you're fucking great.
Good. I haven't ruined that. In the course of this.
I'm going to be watching.
I'm just... we're all fucking... Are you insecure? I feel like if I was just really secure, I wouldn't... when do I get over wanting people to love me? And maybe when that goes away, I'll be better at what I do, or I just won't even want to do what I do.
You won't want to do it.
Right.
Yeah. And insecure isn't the problem to me.
Yeah.
Not accepting it, acknowledging it, or understanding it is.
Right.
Because that's when we project it onto other people.
Sure.
When like you said, you're feeling a certain way.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's in your control is to come in and be in that.
Yeah.
That is accepting who you are and how you feel.
Right.
That's the best we could do.
Right.
So
and then I'm coming in. Rick has an idea of who I am. The
can't control that.
Yeah.
You cannot control that.
And I got to be that guy all the time when I'm, or unless I'm alone, and then I'm whatever, just
That's not sustainable.
fucking deflecting negative thoughts and powering through, and sometimes very happy. I consider myself a happy, optimistic guy overall, but still it can be tough, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel this way? I feel like you're
Yeah. I have a journey right now that is big into awareness. I'm trying to find. I find that people are seeking answers, but answers are easy. You could Google search it. I think the questions are what's tough to find. So I'm looking for things that I didn't realize before.
okay.
And within that is the depressing idea and also the comforting idea that I cannot make you feel a certain way about me. I could spend a lot of work on trying to do it for a meeting or two, but for that to last, I won't. It's literally the reason I don't lie. I won't remember what it is I'm supposed to do to make this continue.
Right. I've put out an idea of myself, and that's not sustainable. If it is, you're a bit of a sociopath, right?
And it's also going to take all your energy.
Yeah.
You're playing a role.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with, I think that has a lot to do with, like, sometimes I'll be at the end of the day and I'm like, I'm fucking exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
I think from, like, pretending all day. I think, like, from...
Sure.
I'll have days where I'm like, God, that was fucking, I leave the comedy club and I'm like, it's becoming less and like, I have less and less energy to do it. I feel it now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it. Like, I'm like, I only want to talk to who I want to talk to. 29.
Yeah, because for me it happened maybe on my 30th birthday.
I'm like, I only want to talk to who I want to talk to. I don't want to pretend to be a certain way. And I do feel like I'll probably be more liked when I am less concerned with being liked is probably the truth. And then I won't matter either way because I won't care.
You won't know.
You won't know.
You'll never know.
Never know.
I have no idea who likes me. I have no idea who doesn't like me.
I guess that, at the end of the day, nobody's thinking about it. But this is what I said to my therapist. I said,
Are you in therapy?
Yeah. Can you tell?
Yeah, I was just joking.
I said to my therapist, it's not that I think people are thinking about me at all or all the time or anything like that, but when they think about me, what do they think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. But I want to not care at all. I want to not care at all.
Why? Of course you're going to care.
Yeah.
It's very romantic and ideological, and I get the idea
Everybody
of like...
cares? Everybody cares?
No, yeah, well, yes.
Some people really care less.
The idea of saying who cares
they're-
what people think about me,
Yeah.
that's a moment in time. I've felt that way,
Yeah.
but that's not going to always...
Right.
I'm not... I could be the most confident person in the world, and if someone walks up to me and says, you look like... I don't know, you look shitty. I'm going to... No, that's a bad example. I guess that would make me laugh. Imagine.
Depends who said it, right?
Right.
Depends who said it. Like, fucking this guy?
I want to talk about some other stuff.
You do? You're done with this?
I
You think it's grown? We've grown?
Here's where I am. I think I'm worried about it being... I'm worried about being boring. I'm worried about being boring.
Oh, that makes me feel like I've been boring now.
I don't want to console you. You haven't been. I've told you that a whole bunch of times.
But then why are we abandoning this? Because I think this is interesting. We're digging into some interesting places. Okay. But
you have the luxury of being a guest and coming in. I'm the host and have done other podcasts, and I'm now feeling like, ugh, I talk about this stuff.
Right.
Because this is what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
And like I talk about, like when Dax was on, we talked about, he was the first person that offered...
He's an armchair expert. I can't compete here.
But what I wanted to
Go
say
ahead.
about it was...
Go ahead.
And no, he's the best.
The best.
He taught me about this idea that I've since heard and understand a lot better, but this idea that we all have a narrative about ourselves. Mm. And his narrative about himself is, I'm a good driver. People like me about himself. People like me because I could do stunts and I could drive well. So I need to show people how good I am. And he said, for the longest time, I was convinced that everybody who knows and loves me, if you ask the 5 things they like about me, my driving is in the top 5 for all of them. And he needs that validation, and he wants people to talk about it. He wants people to know about it. And then you realize nobody likes me because I'm a good driver.
Right.
What's the point I'm making?
I don't know, but I find that interesting.
It was about the narrative that we have for ourselves.
Yeah.
And wanting people to like us and blah, blah, blah. So now I have, everything I say, I don't care anymore.
No. This is interesting.
It's not interesting.
No, because you're somebody who's curious and you've been searching for questions here.
Yeah.
You're over.
Here's a question. Why can't I just turn on the magic whenever I want?
You can, though, can't you? No. What about when you get on stage?
Stage is different. Stage is built in context. Stage is the lights are on me. It's time to perform.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear you. In auditions, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. I think that's why we like doing it. I think it's the one time we feel like we can create this rock star thing. This ideal version of ourselves. You know?
I want people to know what you do, so I'm going to cut to a clip of you.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you want me to set up the clip?
Yeah, I don't know which one it's going to be. Do you have an idea of what clip?
This is me probably dancing or something. Moving in some way.
And then we'll cut back.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, that was...
I didn't realize I was that good at that.
You're very funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I liked that clip of me.
The built-in implication that all the clips that I have to choose from involve you dancing.
Yeah, I mean, probably. Right? When I was at SNL, I remember I would like pitch an idea and they'd be like, yeah, but can you dance it? I'm like, I guess I could try. And then we know how that worked out.
There is a problem I have sometimes with when I post clips, which is I don't have the rights to it, and sometimes they take it down, or I have to wait 30 days and blah, blah, blah.
So we just do it in your living room?
Yes, I would love that. But also another option is, and maybe we could do these together, is I found that if instead of cutting to the clip and the algorithm that that listens to the WAV file and also the video, whatever they figure out, they flag it. If instead I embed it in so it's part of this picture and we're talking over it, they won't recognize it as this thing.
So do that.
So what I might want to do is maybe we'll do a bit and I'll pull it up and you could perform it. I'll move the chair. You could do it. And we'll only have you small in the corner. I'll make most of the screen the actual bit that you did. But we could just have you kind of doing the sign language of it to the side.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Or it could just be us talking right now, and then you put the...
Yeah, but then we're talking over it.
There.
Instead of us talking over it, I would rather,
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah.
This has been like an emotional roller coaster for me, this podcast.
Is that okay?
Yeah. What am I doing here? Okay, so... The idea is that... to be an actor, you don't have to be good at anything. You just have to look like you're good at the thing that you're pretending to do that you actually don't know how to do, right? So, I'm gonna
do the Conan clip. I'm gonna do the Conan clip.
You're gonna show the clip? Okay, so
they lick. I don't know why they lick. They lick. Licking the hip. I don't know why they licking the hip.
I'll probably be showing this.
You'll be showing it, so I don't say anything yet.
Here, and then
I'll just do it with
goes
it.
back, which signals to that guy, hey, get over there, we don't have much time. Right? So it's here, it's there, hey, get over there, we don't have much time. And then it's, hey, you keep an eye on him, because he's going to tackle you at some point, right? So it's here, it's there, hey, get over there, we don't have much time. You keep an eye on him, because he's going to tackle you at some point. Then you got to yell a city, Ottawa! Sympathy! Like that. Time out, guys, get over here. We talked about this. I wrote everything down on my forearm. You know? And then, when the play is in motion, the quarterback will always get tackled from behind, right? So, because he never knows he's going to get tackled. He's like, oh, damn it, I didn't expect to get tackled.
Not today.
Not today,
Anyway, so
what you do is you set all of that
to a soundtrack, and that is acting. I don't know what's happening right now.
Allow me to demonstrate. If I could just get a little music.
Why are we doing this side by side?
you guys.
Sorry for coming.
Haircut. I get a little like I never look how I look, and then I watch it, and it's like, oh. And I'm always not happy. Like, Rick, figure it out. Wear something better.
It's a podcast, you know. Most people are listening to it, right?
This does. I get a little bit more views on YouTube than on iTunes at the moment.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I put in a lot of work into this though, like the 3 cameras and the fun like overlays. It takes me a very long time, so I'm glad.
This is going to be a visual spectacle
Yeah.
now with that whole.
As it need be with the class of comedian that you are.
I really do appreciate that.
Okay, I think I need water.
I might too.
Like I just performed.
I'm yeah, right. It was exhausting for both of us.
Just like trying
It
to
took a
figure
lot
out
out of
how
me.
are we doing this? Are we showing the clip? Are you doing it?
Can I also pay? Well, here's why I appreciate you as a comedian is that you really do try stuff. You're always trying adventurous things and different things, and at the risk of maybe like, you know, it falling flat or it, you know, isolating half the crowd. And I really love that, and I look up to that, and I try to. You know, it's a kind of thing that I'm trying to do more, which is scary. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna just try this really weird physical thing, and I don't really know what it is. It's just an idea right now, but
Yeah.
I know that I do that well, and I'm working more on trying to. You know, I was listening to Bill Maher on Howard, and he's talking about how like if he just makes his friends laugh, he just kind of make, you know, when they're high, he kind of makes a note of that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I think that's just what I need to bring on stage.
Which is what makes your friends laugh?
Yeah, that's what my Conan clip. That's what my Conan set was. That's what Dirty Dancing was. They were all just kind of dumb things I did in my living room, and then
Right.
like, you know, the other stuff I did on stage was just me doing what I thought comedians were supposed to do.
Do you get high a lot?
I do.
Do you want to take a little hit with me real quick?
I could.
Yeah, I got a pen.
The thing is, I do get high, but I worry that, you know.
Oh, you haven't been worrying the first half of this?
Well, that's why. Yeah, that's true. But I think I will go down. Well, this all started last night when I was stoned. I think it can, if you're on a path, it can really take you down that path, and then you can. I'll get high.
I'd like to take a hit, and you're welcome to join me. But may I get my pen?
Get your pen. Get your pen. Do it.
Oh, spilled a little. Out of paper towels.
Get to it. You know. Yeah.
For what it's worth,
Yeah.
I'm having a very nice time with you.
Yeah. Same. Oh, that.
I don't know what
I
translates
know
into a good
that.
product.
Can I tell you? That's worth a lot.
Good.
You know that's my currency here. If you know that's what I need right now.
That currency doesn't trump when a camera's on, though. To me, like even if we're not having a good time, as long as if this comes out well, I'll have a bad time. If it makes me look good, you know, like if I.
Of course.
So, I don't know what's good though. So I'm just saying. I'm having a great time. Worst case scenario.
Oh, I see what
You know
you're
what I'm saying?
saying.
So I'm saying like, I want to get high.
Having nothing to do with this. This might not be good, but you're having a good time.
Just so we're on the same page.
This was
might
shit.
be-
Dog shit.
However,
Incoherent, all over the place, like just a recorded episode of 2 manic Jews dealing with themselves, and nobody gives a fuck, and that's the most hurtful thing of all. But is the universal truth. Nobody gives a shit. Anyway, we'll be right back. But they do. They care about Bradley Cooper, right? People care about Bradley Cooper, or no?
are you saying because back to you're the girlfriend? Because yes, people love him.
No, I was just.
We're gonna
thinking,
actually have him on the podcast in October.
Are you? Mm-hmm. You're buddies with him.
Not yet, but see what I could do.
I love that.
You know, I actually have a very cool story that I want to tell, but it's too long now. I'm not going to. Of a prank that I did with Brad Pitt, and he saw me naked. He and Angelina both saw me naked.
Go ahead.
I think I'm using this as a teaser now because maybe I'll talk about it later.
No, I'm engaged. So.
It's a story that has a lot of beats to it that I just don't have the energy for.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I'm so curious now.
You have good George Clooney stories?
I have Clooney stories. I definitely have Clooney stories, but I don't know that they're going to be as good as your being naked in front of Brad Pitt.
Got paid $1,000 for it, cash.
Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't mean to blow it into this, dude.
You get high a lot.
Yeah, but I take edibles. I don't smoke anymore. I barely smoke.
Edibles are too much. I have a commitment because, like I said,
I'm listening. I got to put the air conditioning on, but I'm listening.
I just get, I get high every night, but then I'm like, you really have to like pick the path that your brain is going to go on. Do you not go down dark rabbit holes, or you're good at that? You're good at kind of sussing it out. How were you at 29? Better?
I was in great shape.
You were in great shape.
Yeah, I was in great shape. I was in great physical shape.
How old are you now?
35. Today?
Really? It's your birthday?
No, today I'm 35.
Oh.
That's a bit I do sometimes. It's a good one.
That's
Always
very
gets a laugh.
That's very good.
Always gets a laugh.
Today.
Yeah.
No, I'm just 35.
Yeah. Another one I like to do is it's nice to meet you. After you've met somebody a whole bunch, because I explained that why are we saying nice to meet you just the first time we met, and then it's still nice to meet you.
Yeah,
you know?
It's still nice to. Yeah.
The nice to meet you and the rest in peace are like saved for like very specific situations.
Yeah.
When I think it could be a pleasure to
You
meet
can
you.
rest in peace at any time.
I recommend it.
I like that. I like that a lot. Another one I like is like, where are you from?
Cleveland.
Oh, no kidding. I'm from Jersey.
I got to tell you something. Are you saying how you have to do this stuff?
What's that?
What is the one that you're saying? No kidding, I'm from Jersey.
Like nothing to do with each other. When were you born?
July.
Seriously? November.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I got a little nervous because
they're not too far from me. They're kind of not too far from you. They're months. They're both months. Yeah.
There's where it's like you know what?
Go ahead.
This is my fault because we were getting into a bit, and that's a great place to live.
But I cut it off. Wherever you're going is fine.
I just got insecure for 2 reasons.
Go ahead. Do you think it has anything to do with the weed?
I know it doesn't have anything to do with the weed.
Great. Go ahead.
We've actually gone down a path before where we had something similar that we've talked about on stage and addressed it.
Yeah.
Which it's my understanding happens a lot of times.
Yeah. Are you still doing that, by the way?
Yes, but
Okay.
what I told it's my it was the theme for the show that I'm trying to build, a one-man show.
Yeah.
So yes, but I'm not doing it on stage right now.
Right. I want to talk to you about that.
I'm feeling so insecure.
Don't. I want to talk to you about that because we'll talk about it.
Should we talk about it now?
It's embarrassing on camera. I feel like to get into to it.
Okay.
I'm building my one-man show.
Oh, about that?
And that was a piece of it I was thinking of doing, but
as I said to you at the improv, listen, do all of it.
Yeah.
My intention isn't to stop you.
Yeah.
It is to make sure
I'm just embarrassed that we're two fucking people talking about our one-man show. And
who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? But that's just our life. So.
But I want to make it clear that when I said that before, and that feeling is, it's more about you. I don't want you to see me do it and be like, what the fuck? Did he take that from me? You do whatever you do.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, listen, I do have a flag here. Put your flag down. Maybe your flag was even here before mine. I don't know. But it was on the other side of the moon.
It was a good, it was a great conversation to have with somebody that I respected. I liked the way it went down.
Great. So in this moment, when you did the November thing,
yeah.
But like I wanted to like play, and then I felt insecure. Ugh, I don't want to be doing my bits for him. And then I was thinking like, oh no, are we doing something similar? And now I'm so hot. Oh my God.
Don't stress.
I'll be fine in 30 seconds.
It's just it's all day like this, right? In and out of the I know we're good. We're good. It's all good.
It's harder on the podcast because I don't want to shine a light on it. Like when I feel this way, I know it's gone in 30 seconds. But if I'm recording it, I'm actually uploading it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and it's there forever. And also the fact that we're talking about it now, it's there. Now it's longer than 30
This
seconds.
podcast is propaganda for the anti-Semitic. If there's somebody who's saying, listen, the Jews are ruining it, and then someone's on the fence, they're like, what do you mean? I don't know. And then they say, watch.
I'm not insecure. You're insecure, right?
Get rid of them.
Yeah, right.
This is Jewish propaganda that we're creating right now.
Oh my God.
Yo, I spilled the coffee, and just the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing. It's good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
well,
never said I was an athlete.
yeah, you got to go to Mount there.
Whatever. Oh, whatever. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh man. So, if anybody is still listening to this, here's where I'm going to ask you.
Why?
Why?
What are you up to?
In the comments, too Jewish, just Jewish enough. You want more Jewish.
You're asking for that?
I've gotten some. The feedback I get on thank you so much TYSO goblins woof, woof, for being so
Woof,
kind.
woof.
But the reaction is very kind. But the internet is the meanest place.
Yeah.
And some of the comments I'm getting are like the nicest anti-Semitism, and
You're sweet for a Jew.
there's one that's Rick Glassman is the only Jew I could listen to, which is like I'm thinking like if it was just him and me, I want to be like thank you. But if I'm like, I have to be like, what do you mean?
But like, you're up against some stiff competition there.
Yeah.
You'd rather listen to me than Larry David or,
Right.
Jerry Seinfeld or what's that? Am I ringing?
You're vibrating.
My girlfriend's calling me.
We get her on the air.
No,
You could ask permission. I'll take it off if she says no.
hello? You're live on a podcast right now. Can I call you later?
Or we could edit this out, by the way. There's no obligation to keep any of this in. Boundaries are boundaries for a reason. But we're here for you if you need to take a call.
Okay.
Hello, world.
Well,
Okay, I
thank
love
you, but I don't have many
Call me
listeners.
after the
Well,
podcast.
world is a little.
It's a little small, so we're looking for some drama to make the world bigger. Could you at least pretend that there's something going on that we could talk about?
Is everything okay?
Yeah, just calling to check in. I love you.
I love you too. It's nice to
Bye.
hear your voice.
Bye.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
fine, call
okay.
me.
I will. Bye.
Do me a favor. Next time you guys talk, if you guys are still together,
Yeah.
let her know that I will edit that very tastefully. I recognize the laughs that
Yeah.
she made were uncomfortable laughs, and I need to put
No,
on a
I think
face
she
laugh.
seems good. Those were good laughs.
Really?
That was like a very,
Okay.
because I left her this morning feeling very badly
Yeah.
because I had rehashed something from last night. And, this is good. This is the first time we've talked since our last conversation, which was not good.
Okay. Well, good.
And it's my fault. This has come full circle with her calling at the end.
Yeah.
What were we just talking about, though, before she called?
Just some of the comments that people are making about the Jews on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But no, I wasn't going to ask if it's too Jewish. I want to know if, I've asked this once before in another podcast where we did too many bits. In the moment, I felt like there's too many bits. It was with Adam Ray. It was so funny. I got insecure because, we didn't get to talk about some of the real stuff I wanted to. I asked people what they thought. They said, do the bits. Stop. Don't get in the way of it. Don't be.
No, people love that. I have a tough time doing just bits. And that's why I think early on I didn't know how to interact with you but then we, last time I hung out, we sat out in front of my apartment in my car for like an hour talking. And I thought, Rick's just a guy that only talks in bits, only talk bits. And sometimes I don't have the energy for that. And I don't know how to do that. And then I'm like, in my head. So I like to dip in and out if it's organic,
Yeah, I think that's where
if a bit's happening, let it happen. I can assure you with me, it won't last forever.
Yeah. Bits are like sex for you.
I'll want to get back to
Right.
the talk.
Are you high?
Very. Because I didn't finish that point.
I'm high.
Can we edit out that part where I didn't make a point?
No. I mean,
Yeah, whatever.
This whole thing will be 15 minutes.
Will it? You'll cut a bunch of shit.
I don't know.
We cut it nicely. Will you?
So you're acting about this podcast the way I feel that when you accept that your daughter is going to get married to a new man, you're saying, listen, I'm going to let you take control of this, but just be respectful.
Treat her well.
Yeah.
Treat her well. No, you know what? It's a little different because it's I want you to treat, because you and I are not, you and I are one and the same, right? You're an erotic Jewish comedian who's going to leave this interview worrying about how they did in the interview. So what I
They
want,
being us.
yeah, like I'm going to be worrying about how I sounded, and you're going to be worrying about how you sounded. So what I would like you to do is edit with care, the same way with yourself as you do with me, and think about. I wouldn't want to sound like a fucking idiot. You wouldn't want to sound like an idiot. Just pick the best version of it, and that means not posting this part because this is I'm very vulnerable right now. I'm saying I only want people to see this like clean, kind of funny, best version of me, and of course that's the truth.
Yeah.
Some of the messiness, I want you to include because it's charming or interesting. But like me a moment ago, floundering for a point is embarrassing, and I don't want you to fucking share it.
You're being the best version of me right now.
Yeah,
And it's making me upset.
that's what really that's your takeaway.
No, it's not really making me upset. I meant to be like I meant that as a compliment to be like, oh, this is bothering. But
Thank you.
the way you're behaving right now is like
you see.
I'm seeing why girls find me attractive.
Wow.
I'm watching you and being like, come here. No.
Oh no. Well, imagine if we kissed and it didn't get on camera. Then we just kissed.
Yeah, I got more shots.
Oh my god.
You know, we should have somebody else pick this up, and when they do, it's in the frame of me fucking you. Well, where can people see you? I'll be posting this evening.
I'll be at Chuckle Fucks in.
I'll be at the Comedy Bar for North Carolina. I love when people, I'll be the silly slut on Tennessee. It's like, just call it like Comedy Hole.
Yeah. I'll be at Giggle Queefs.
Giggle Queefs is a good one.
I'm gonna be at I am gonna be in Kansas City at, I don't know,
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Oh yeah,
somewhere in Kansas City.
Do you have a date do you have an October date that you could plug that you'll be? Because
October? Is that when this is coming out?
September, maybe end of September.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm in DC, but
You're the comedy banger or the silly laugh?
the ahi tuna roll at
The haha tuna roll.
tuna roll. I don't know, somewhere. Yeah.
What was going on? Oh, I was telling you about, right, and then you went to kiss me, and then the cameras fell. I remember now. That felt like a week ago.
This is what happens when you're high. And now I've got to be high the rest of the day, don't I? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
Otherwise, you're just like Foggy was high.
That sounds like the less successful Foghorn Leghorn chicken cartoon that just like didn't make it.
Foggy was high.
Yeah.
Tuesdays.
Where
at
he goes,
11.
well, I do say that this marijuana, and everyone's like, boo, and he's like, all right, Meanwhile, Foghorn Leghorn found his opportunity out in Looney Tune land.
Yeah.
Where we live.
Yeah. Foggy was high is like fucking in his 1-bedroom apartment, just complaining. I came up with Foghorn Leghorn. He took my act.
Could you do the southern gut voice with that Gristle?
Foghorn Leghorn. I feel like I comes strong.
Oh, I said I do say that.
See, that has to be cut. That feels offensive. That feels racist. That voice is definitely racist, and you should not post it.
Wow. I mean, I can't edit that out.
You have to.
Why is that a racist voice?
I can't even do it.
I think you thinking it's a racist voice is what's
Is
racist. Yeah, I'm just talking like Foghorn Leghorn if he was smoking a lot of cigarettes.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Why do you think it was racist? It just sounded like a racist caricature of a black person?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could see. I don't think you're crazy. I see what you're talking about. But the intention behind it was, well, now I do say that if
it becomes racist once with the smoke in the voice. I understand why it's not.
Okay.
But I think that us two white Jews putting anything on YouTube need to proceed with caution.
And we're back with Jon Rudnitsky here on Take Your Snooze Off. Here, you say your last name as I lip it, okay? We're back here with John, and we are pleased to announce...
Sorry.
It's fine.
Go ahead one more time.
No, that was...
I didn't know what was happening. Go ahead.
The timing is done.
Do it one more time.
Hello, and welcome back to Take Your Shoes Off. My name is Rick Glassman, and today with our guest, Jon
Rudnitsky.
And
Damn it.
No, it's with a D, right?
Yeah, it is. I said it wrong.
Try it again, all
I
right?
said Rudnitsky.
Yeah, you know your last name.
Yeah, okay.
We'll reset. I won't air that part. Welcome back to Take Your Shoes Off podcast. My name is Ron Gladish, and with us we have Jon...
Rick Glassman.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Got it. Good. I'll edit that out. Here we go. Welcome back to Take Your Shoes Off with Rick Glassman. Today our guest is
Jon Rudnitsky.
I'm going to say Jon. Just Rudnitsky.
Okay.
Did I say it right?
Yep.
Then I could do it.
No, you can't. I got it. You didn't do it that right.
Rudnitsky?
No.
Okay. Welcome back to Take Your Shoes Off. How you guys doing? My name's Rick Glassman, and today our guest is Jon
Rudnitsky.
And have I got news for you? We have physical bits. We have a little smoking weed. We have, fight with a girlfriend when we get her on the line.
You're not going to want to miss it.
What happens? With my expensive equipment? Whoa!
We'll see, and then you're going to see things.
There's no way I'm going to edit it.
It's just going to be this awkward thing of you doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That'll be perfect.
The proper way to edit that is to show the cuts, but it's funny if it just, you know what I mean? And then, then you get it.
Yeah.
It's basically I'm pitching to them the idea.
Yeah, and me going.
Hold that face for a little bit so I could use that cut.
I got it. I don't want to put too much on.
Great, we got it. That's definitely going to make it in.
Is that an eye roll?
I don't know. Did I give you an eye roll?
I need to see a cut. Okay? I need to see a cut. I'm going to be thinking about this for way too long. I need to know that some version of this is okay.
You know what? Could we try something? You do a bit that is great. This is what late shows are like.
Yeah.
Right? I love that because it's a great game.
Yeah.
I don't need to set this up. I'd like to ask to play a game with you. Could we, in case I need to edit everything out, could I just have you on my talk show and could I just ask you a
throw
couple
things at me.
Could I ask you some questions and just respond like it's that, and could we take it so I'm going to introduce you?
Yeah, I love that.
And then you'll just come in.
I'll sit into frame like it's a talk.
Yeah, you could just stand right there. Right by the flowers. Treat that like you're coming through the curtain.
Yeah.
From Hulu's new Catch-22, actor and comedian, everybody please put your hands together for Jon Rudnitsky. What is it?
Rudnitsky.
Try it again. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, from Hulu's Catch-22, actor comedian Jon Rudnitsky. And I'll put some music in so you could.
Okay, so I don't need to do the music.
Right.
Wow. We're doing it.
Quite an entrance.
I can't. It's quite a band.
Everybody, give it up for the Fat Five and the Bottom Chick Girls.
Hey. Fat Freddy, you look slim.
Thanks.
Stop calling.
Thank you. He's white though, so I can say that.
Thank God. Okay, well, listen, we're gonna have to stop calling you Fat Freddy.
Wait, why can't you? Why is it that usually white guys don't have those type of insulting nicknames? Black guys kind of lean into the Fat Freddy and big dick, little dick or whatever.
Yeah.
White guys don't do that.
They don't.
Do they? Why did you say why can't we call him Fat Freddy now that you know that he's white?
Listen, I wanted to do the fucking talk show. We're going to do the talk show?
We'll do it again.
We're doing it again?
That's 100% my fault.
Okay.
I'll be taking this out. Margot Robbie from the This Is Hollywood movie. That was fantastic. Well, now that we're back. What's that noise? Oh, that was you. I thought the AC went on. I'm sorry. We're live? Please put your hands together for Hulu's Catch-22 actor comedian Brian Pauls. I'm sorry. I have to just do it again. Yeah. Whoa, I'm pretty stoned.
I was almost sneezed. Okay, go ahead. Here we go.
I got it. All right, that was Margot Robbie from the This Is Hollywood movie. And now that we're back, we have actor, comedian from the hit Hulu series Catch-22, Jon Rudnitsky, everybody.
Rudnitsky, but it's totally.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really did try it.
Wow.
I'm sorry about that.
This is some audience you got here.
Yeah, well, they really, we're gonna do it again.
We're gonna do it again.
I have to just establish one thing that I didn't set up.
Okay.
You set up what it's like to be a host or a guest on your thing.
A host, but I'm gonna do a guest. I'm gonna show you.
Great. Well, my version I forgot to set up that I wanted to was how the host always plays very self-deprecating.
I got
So
you.
I want to lean into that a little bit.
Okay, but then I also want just set me up for something. You go to the dog park. You got it.
Perfect. I forgot. This is you. This is your thing. You're going to do this. I'm going to give it to you. Let's do it. Calling you in, editing all that out. We're going to take it from Jon. What is it? Rudnitsky.
And don't fucking ask me again.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, from the hit Hulu series Catch-22, actor-comedian Jon Rudnitsky.
Yeah. Ba-dum-ba-da-da-da-da. Pow. Wow. This is something. Look at this.
Well, thank you. They said we could do it at least for another week.
I love what you did with the studio. It's great. These guys look great. You look great. Yeah, you're looking slim.
Well, been working out a little bit.
Okay. Okay, good. You look great. You look great.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me on the show. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, so
I liked that I stopped being a good guest for a second. I went. Okay. I forgot what we were doing for a second. I was like, okay. All right. Well, thanks for having me on. It's been, boy, do I love coming on the show.
Well, we always love having you here.
Love being here, yeah.
I got a little dick.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, well, I'm sure it's not as...
So it was interesting. You were in Fiji, right? You were in Fiji filming this show.
Yeah, so we're there, and it is hot. And I'm telling you, I'm working with Uma Thurman and
amazing cast,
and incredible
George
cast. Clooney and who else was there? We had a lot of great people, and everyone decides we're going to order pina coladas.
Okay,
right?
Sure.
Yeah, and are we doing actual stories or am I just improvising a story? You want to do the whole thing again?
We'll take it from the band.
Wow, that was great. I love that. They're great.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
I've been working out.
I can see that. You look good. You look really good.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, fantastic job. You got to teach me that regimen so I can get on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got a great band. They told us we could stay here for another week.
So no, I think you're going to be here. I think you're going to be here a long time. I just want to say that. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying it's good.
I've never slept with an attractive woman. So Jon, this show that's by the way, you sent us a few episodes. I got to watch them early, and
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I didn't say I enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, this guy is always ribbing on me.
I have performance anxiety with women.
You do, yeah.
So you were in Fiji for a couple months, is that right?
It was Italy.
Italy, wow.
Yeah.
What's that like being in Italy with Uma Thurman and George Clooney?
Well, Uma Thurman's not in the show. That's back when I was doing a fake story. But then you said George Clooney, which made me think.
Being a talk show host is hard, man.
But it was great. Just a pretty wild experience. We're in Sardinia, we're out there.
Oh, beautiful.
And
I went there with my wife when I couldn't fuck her. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
The instincts are off.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm going to let you do it again. I'm going to really take it out. I'm going to let you tell your story. What's the question?
Well, I don't need to tell the story. It's fine. You just say, hey, walking your dog. Yeah, when you're walking your dog.
Great. Let me walk you.
I don't actually have a bid for that. Wow.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie is, that's something you want to follow every day.
Believe me, I realized the only way I could ever even talk to someone like Margot Robbie was to have my own talk show. It's why I'm here. So, yeah, it's beautiful.
I could see why. Well, I would. I loved the This Is Hollywood movie.
Oh my God! And I don't want to spoil anything, but Tarantino, I hate that he has to stop at 10 movies. He should keep doing more.
He's got to keep going.
The way this ended was.
Don't we want him to keep going?
What do you think?
We want him to keep going. Not to mention, I see Brad Pitt with his shirt off.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, yummy. Here's a guy. He's in his 50s, It's unbelievable.
Seriously, when I was 30 years old, I met a beautiful woman who said, "What are you, 50?" Thought I was 50 when I was 30. I'm ugly.
I think you're a little too hard on yourself.
Well, somebody has to be. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being too big. I
No,
forgot
it's great. Waka waka.
I want to do it real.
It's great, but I love coming on the show. I'm always.
Well, we always love to have you. Don't we always love having him here?
It's very kind. You have to say that because the applause lights.
We do have the applause sign on. That's right.
Yeah.
So I understand you started dating somebody who has a dog, and now you have a dog for the first time.
Yeah, and the thing about having a dog is they're always kind of walking around. You're like, hey, settle down. What are you on? What are you on drugs?
Right.
This guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He's licking himself. He's scratching. I'm like, let's get this guy to rehab.
Oh.
So
I know what that's like because I once went for a dog, and the people behind the counter said I wasn't allowed to have a dog because my dick's too small.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Said I got a doggy dick.
Yeah. They said we only let dogs go into households if they have smaller dicks than the guy that lives there. Yeah. So Margot Robbie, I didn't know this, but she was telling me backstage, and please, if you want to talk about it, you two dated in high school. Is that true?
Yeah, so we actually went to the same high school in Australia. That's
right.
where we're both from. I didn't retain the accent, but So we went out for 1 week in high school. I was so nervous that I remember I passed. It's true. I passed a note to her in class, and she wrote a note back. We didn't look at. I mean, we were young. We were kids.
What grade is this?
7th grade. And so I'm like, yes, I will go out. I check yes, maybe.
Right.
No, she checks yes. And I'm so nervous. I don't talk to her. We dated for a week, but we never spoke.
What does that mean? What's
she was
the
the most
date?
beautiful girl the date is just, Margot and John are going steady.
Right.
And but I couldn't look. I get just beat red. Even now today when I share, I mean, of course.
Well, we
joke about it. But I mean, it's Margot Robbie.
I was talking to Margot backstage, and she told me that a story a little bit differently.
Oh
yeah. What Margot said was that for a week.
I'm worried about this.
So Margot told me that
that's a knee slap is important, and then you point and wink. Go ahead.
There was for the short amount of time that you dated, she was waiting by the phone. You never called her back, and she regrets that. So she actually agreed to come on out here and rehash this with you live on the air, ladies and gentlemen, from This Is Hollywood movie, Margot friggin' Robbie.
I knew you were here, and I didn't know we were gonna do this. All right.
Okay, have a seat. So Margot, this is interesting. So you and John dated in high school. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe you're out here right now. I'm just,
Well, we were doing the same show, and I thought that I would. I thought it might be fun to come say hello and how much I've missed the fact.
Oh, God.
I had a huge crush on you.
You had a crush on me?
Of course. You were the most charming man in Australia.
Well, your accent, it's interesting, has changed so much, and your voice is so sexy right now. I don't know if that's inappropriate to say. Doesn't you have the sexiest voice? Fat fucking Freddy knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Is that racist?
Yes.
I now I'm thinking it is only because you said that.
Because I think it.
But you know what color the Kool-Aid Man is red.
I don't think I can dip my toe into this Kool-Aid.
But when the Kool-Aid goes through the wall and goes, oh, yeah. That's just a red guy.
That's just a red guy.
He's just a red guy. Now, I think some people would argue with talking about Kool-Aid is racist. Now I'm in my head about this.
I can't even. I gotta stop. Full stop here. I'm just so nervous. I just get too nervous.
Of course, I am too. But the thing is, I don't realize what somebody might think is the wrong thing, because my intention is I was just thinking Kool-Aid guy.
Of
and
course.
then you're in my head now because people would think this, and it's like, oh, now I feel like I have to deconstruct all possibilities instead of my intention.
I'm sorry. I'm just I'm in my head all the time, and
hey guys, could you talk about this another time?
Oh, sorry. Are we still? Yeah. Sorry, Margo. I forgot about
Margot
that.
Robbie, everybody.
Margot Robbie.
Okay.
I think the talk show thing went well.
Yeah. Well, okay.
What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, I think we could call it.
You think we've?
Or do you have anything you want to talk about still?
Do you have any questions for me?
I think that's all the time we have. My name is Rick Glassman with our special guest, Jon Rudnitsky.
Rudnitsky.
My name is Rick Glassman with our special guest.
If you've stuck around for this, bless you.
My name is Rick Glassman with special guest, Jon Rudnitsky.
No, and now I know you're doing it to fuck with me.
Rudnitsky.
There you go.
That's what I said. I just took too much of a pause.
Thought I heard a "k" in there where it didn't belong.
Ladies and gentlemen, and I like that order. I think it should be ladies then gentlemen, not the other way around.
Amen, brother. Not sure why I said that.
What, do you think that's racist?
No, not necessarily. No, I don't know why. I said amen, brother. It didn't feel organic to me. I don't think it's racist. And if it is, I am sorry.
You said, do you have any, we've done this entire podcast and I said, is there anything else we should do? And then you said, the person I'm interviewing, do you have any questions for me?
yeah, I know. I like that.
Oh yeah, it's a really funny ending, man. But I've decided to make this podcast more conversational and less interview.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what it was.
I know it's what it was.
I don't actually know what it was. I'm unsure what it was.
Well, thanks for coming over.
Yeah, weirdly, I think we skimmed the surface.
Well, I don't think we got much further than it. What's weird is that you have as great as a word as just. I would say we tapped it.
Yeah, we tapped it.
I think we tapped the surface. We have yet to scratch it, yet alone with finding what's underneath it.
We found we'd find something, then we'd kind of dump out.
I'm not good at this.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Either am I.
Well, by you saying either,
no,
I
think I'm fine at this. I think this was a unique situation, and I think there's a chance this was great.
Yeah, I think there's a chance this was great.
I think there's a chance it was terrible.
If I could edit myself out enough, because you had lots of moments, and then I'm probably talking over. You know what I mean?
No,
that's why I like that we have two mics.
Yeah, I think there's probably stuff of mine I'd like you to edit over. Yeah. My stomach, I've only had coffee and I'm in pain right now. I need something else in there. Do you have any bread?
Yes. No. I have dried mangoes. I have nuts. I have almond butter. I have cereal. I have chips. I
need just like a couple chips. Shall we?
Stay there.
No, this is how it needs to end. Just very Jewish.
So, I hope you don't mind. I found these new Terra chips. They're healthier than everything else because they're made out of real vegetables and they're fried in proper oil. I don't know how they are. Tell me what you think.
Well, I just happen to have a bowl with me.
Make sure you do eat it over the bowl, though. Please.
Oh, I'll just pour it out. Wow, I love how multicolored.
Yeah, that is actually kind of cool. It's like it's almost like that's a centerpiece. Just
and
the chips themselves.
15% healthier than a regular chip. Wow, that's amazing. Let me try it. Wow. The flavor's explosive, and the crunch is divine. Terra. Now that's a chip.
Terra chips, right? Two per customer. And then we'll put in the theme song.
While we eat the chips.
Oh, wow. You know, we were doing a game, but jokes aside, this Terra chip has way more flavor than another chip.
Yeah, and apparently it's made with 100% vegetable oil. It's deliciousness, guilt-free. Terra.
You're in the pocket for that right now.
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't found it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Good.
It only took me 2 hours to be in the pocket of anything. My parents just needed food all along. Now I don't even care about the guy that fucked my girlfriend.
then died.
You're dead.
Man,
Potato chips.
hey, guess how many different vegetables are in that? 1, 2, what do you think?
One?
Parsnips, taro, sweet potato, yucca, and batata. Batata? Batata? What's that last one?
There's a... Wait, you mean to tell me there's parsnip, taro, sweet potato, yucca, and batata in here? And all organic ingredients.
Non-GMO.
Except the batata.
You know what's crazy? It's a chip, yet it has 30 milligrams of calcium in it.
Unbelievable. You're telling me I'm getting my calcium intake for the day just from a bowl of chips?
Well, it's 2% per serving. So you'd need 50 servings, which is 10 bags. So
You're telling me
10
I can keep eating these for 10 bags and get all the calcium I need for the day? Now, that's more than a chip. That's Terra.
Good.
Made with 100% fresh potatoes. You know what else I love? Super beets. You know that you'd have to eat 2,000 beets to get what you can get in just one spoonful of organic beet powder? Beets reduces your risk at diabetes and makes it easier to come. Who wrote this, guys?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to... That's the name of the show. Or that's the end of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jon Rudnitsky.
Scoot doo, blabbity blue, scoop dee. Oh yeah!
Skittle